Hey guys, welcome to the May reveal of our County Line Crafts box. I'm gonna go ahead and get started real quick here. Our theme for the month of May is bees. And I'm gonna start out by telling you about this little paper right here that says Save the Bees. I'm going to be donating $2 for every box in May. It's gonna go towards the American Federation of Beekeeping Foundation for the preservation of honeybees. So every box that is purchased, $2 will go towards that. Inside our box for this month, we've got our directions that we always have. We've got our paint. Our paint colors are gonna be black and gold. We've got 2 wedges. We've got some toothpicks and our super glue. And then our sign, Let It Be. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Your board, when you get it, will have the masking tape on it. I have already taken some of my masking off to make this video go just a little bit quicker today for you, but I'm going to leave yours on because you have the option of either painting the inside of the honeycomb gold and leaving the outline of it in the natural wood, or you could paint the outline gold and leave the inside the natural wood color. So that choice will be up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and do the inside of my honeycomb in the gold color. And the frame, the border, is also going to be in gold. And to take your masking tape off that's going to be on there, you'll use one of the toothpicks in your kit and you just stick it underneath the edge of the masking to lift it up and then pull it off just like that. So I'm gonna take it off the edge so you can see just how easy it is. Like that. And then we're leaving the masking on the outline that's around the honeycomb there. Okay, you're going to take your paper plate, one of your white foam wedges, and the gold paint. And you're gonna dip the fat side of your foam wedge into the gold paint and dab the extra off on your plate. You don't want it real thick. And then you're gonna dab this on the border of your sign and on all of the inside of the honeycomb pieces. And by leaving the masking tape on the outline of the honeycomb makes it a super easy way to paint this pattern without a lot of work. You want to do your paint pretty thin. You can go over it more than one time if you need to, but you don't want to do too thick, and you don't want to use a wiping motion. Make sure you use a dabbing up and down. If you wipe it instead of dab it, it will lift some of that masking tape off and you'll get paint underneath your lines. And you just keep dabbing and going over it until you've got it thick enough and pretty uniform. feels like this part takes forever, but it's so easy. As I'm working my way across the board, I'm looking back at the parts I've already done to make sure I don't need to add a little bit more anywhere. And since this is a metallic paint, it's got a nice pretty shine to it, it will be a little bit see-through, especially with only one coat on it. So you'll still be able to see the wood through it, but you'll get nice contrast against the natural wood. You might want to pick it up and change the angle of your board a little bit, because with the metallic, depending on the lighting, you might not be able to see a spot that's real thin. Almost done. All right, so that part is finished. I'm gonna set it over to the side. And the next step is to paint our letters and our bumblebee black. And we're gonna use the same method, so we'll take the fat part of our wedge and dip it in the black paint. And you'll dab the extra off on your plate. And then you just dab up and down. Using the foam wedges is my favorite way to paint these little cutouts. It's so much easier than a paintbrush. You don't have the paintbrush strokes. You got nice even coverage. Another option you have with this sign not only can you reverse the part of the honeycomb that I painted, but you could also paint the border around the edge of it black too. I decided to go with gold, but I think black would look really good as well. I was really torn on which way I wanted to do it, but I love this gold color. It's so shiny and pretty. All right, so those are done. We're gonna set them over to the side to dry a minute. And then our next step is we need to take our toothpick and we're gonna use it to lift off the masking tape here where we painted our honeycomb and left the outline of the honeycomb. So we're gonna use the toothpick to just lift up the edge of that tape and get it started. And then you can peel it off. It should all come off in one piece, just like that. Set that to the side, toss it in the trash. And then you can see we have our nice, pretty honeycomb pattern. My gold paint is still a little bit wet, so I'm gonna grab the hair dryer and dry it off real quick. All right, so you could definitely be patient and let that dry naturally, but I am very impatient and finished drying it with the hair dryer. So now this board is dry and we are ready to glue it on. And if you have done any of our crafts before or watched any of our videos, you know I'm always gonna tell you to lay your pieces out before you glue it on, so you know you've got everything the way that you want it. I'm gonna turn it that way so you can see. And I'm gonna use the honeycomb pattern to make sure I have my pieces kind of straight and that I like where they're at before I glue it down. So I like how mine is like that. Now I'm gonna open up my glue. To do that, you take the red cap and twist it onto your little thing of glue. Make sure you don't squeeze it and don't do it right over your project in case a little bit squirts out like it normally does for me. Yep. Then you'll just apply a little bit of glue to each piece. And give it a nice firm press. All right, and then you want to let it dry. Good, but there you go. That is our sign for the May box. I'm trying to move it around. I don't know if you guys can see, but this gold is a really pretty shimmery gold. I love this color. Okay, so if you would like to purchase the box, you can go to our website, countylinecraft.com. We're also doing a special right now for Mother's Day where you can buy a gift certificate at a discounted rate for 1, 2, or a 3-month subscription. If you'd like to do that, it's not on our website, but you can send me a message and I can send you the PayPal link for that. And then don't forget, every box this month, $2 will be donated for the preservation of honeybees. Thanks, guys. Good night.